Welcome to this week's episode of A Spiritual Cup of Coffee. Today, we're going to be talking about secrets. No more secrets. It's time to let the skeletons out of the closet. Grab your Bible and a cup of coffee and go to Mark chapter 4, verse 22. Here's what it says. For whatever is hidden is meant to be disclosed, and whatever is concealed is meant to be brought out into the open. If you look in the dictionary for the meaning of the word disclosed, you will find that it means to make known, to reveal, to allow something to be seen. And the word concealed means to hide, to keep secret. So with those definitions in our mind, let's read it one more time. For whatever is hidden is meant to be brought into the open, to be seen. And whatever is kept secret is meant to be brought out into the open. What are the skeletons in your closet? What are you concealing in your life? Maybe you are concealing the fact that you were born with a disease. Maybe you're keeping that from your boss. Maybe you're keeping it from some friends. Maybe you're the parent of a child with a disease and you're keeping it from the friends that you just met. You're keeping it from the new community that you moved into. Maybe you're keeping the fact that you're having marital problems a secret. Maybe you're keeping the fact that you're in debt a secret. Or maybe you're hiding the fact that you struggle with pornography, drugs, or alcohol. Whatever it is, chances are there are some skeletons in your closet. It's time to let them out. No more hiding, no more shame. Whatever is hidden is meant to be shared. It's meant to be disclosed. God is telling us that right here. So, what are you concealing in your life? You know, for the longest time, I was concealing the fact that we were in debt. And I wasn't just hiding that from other people, I was hiding that from myself. I didn't want to look at it. I didn't want to deal with it. But as soon as my husband and I started to look at the fact that we were in debt, we were able to do something about it. We were able to get help and to learn how to get out of debt. You know, my husband and I have also had our share of trials in our marriage, and it's by the grace of God that we're still married today. You know, we went through a period of time where we were living like roommates. We weren't really talking to each other. We didn't really act like a husband and wife. We acted like roommates who just shared the same roof. And it really is by the grace of God that we're still married. So what are you hiding from? What are you scared that other people might find out about you? One thing I've never concealed from anyone is the fact that I was born with cystic fibrosis. I didn't hide that from my friends growing up. I didn't hide it from anybody at school. I didn't hide it from any of my bosses. In fact, anytime I went on a job interview, I would tell them that I was born with cystic fibrosis and I do need time off to go to the doctor every month. And because I shared that with my employer, they had more respect for me. And they became my advocate. And I was even able to inspire them because of how I lived my life in spite of the fact that I had been born with a disease. Here's something you may not realize. The things you struggle with and the skeletons in your closet are meant to help somebody else. Your story is meant to encourage and inspire somebody else. Your life is not your own. So I encourage you today to, number one, start reading this book. Read it cover to cover. And ask God to give you wisdom and direction so that you can understand what He's saying, because He is speaking to you in this book. My second challenge to you is, when you're asking God for wisdom and asking God to show you what you're ashamed of, forgive yourself for being ashamed. Forgive everybody else who's involved in your circumstance that you've maybe held a grudge against, and then ask God to forgive you as well. Look for opportunities to inspire other people. I don't expect you to go out tomorrow and start, letting all the skeletons out of your closet. It's going to take some time, but let God do the work in your heart so that when the time is right and the opportunity presents itself, you can share your story. You can be genuine and real. You can share the heartache. You can share the shame you used to feel. And then you can give them hope of how they can overcome it as well. No more hiding. No more shame. I encourage you to start digging. Find out what you are concealing and let God work in your heart so that you can bring it out into the open and you can share it with other people. I'll be here next week. And until then, I hope that you are blessed, healthy, and inspired. And may God work in your life this week in a bigger way than He ever has before. We'll talk to you next week. Have a great day.